Hello everyone and welcome back. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Matt Bell. I like to live a physically, mentally, and spiritually healthy lifestyle, and my goal with these videos is to help you do the same and to make progress towards your aspirations. If that sounds beneficial to you, leave me a comment telling you what I can help you with in a future video. And today I'll teach you why you can't do the things that you want to do, why you can't do the things you say you're going to do and you know you should be doing. Like going to the gym, waking up early, staying off of junk food, whatever addictions plague you. First reason is that your midsingulate cortex is too small. The midsingulate cortex is a recent discovery in neurobiology. It's a small part of your brain that's responsible for willpower, among other things. The bigger it is, the more willpower or discipline you have available to you, and the smaller it is, the less. So the more you use this part of your brain, the more you use your willpower by doing things that you don't want to do, it grows and becomes stronger just like a muscle. So you're able to use more discipline in the future. Number 2 is you listen to your amygdala and not your prefrontal cortex. Your amygdala is always going to want you in a safe, easy position. It wants you laying in bed scrolling on social media, because that's easy and that gives you dopamine. That thinks that it's good for you, that it's keeping you alive, but it's slowly killing you. So you need to listen to your prefrontal cortex, the reasonable part of your brain, the part that knows you shouldn't be laying in bed, scrolling on social media, and that you should be eating healthy, going to the gym, and everything else I talked about earlier. Number 3 is you haven't found the right system for you yet. I like to use a habit tracker, as you may know. I highly recommend that. There are other systems like the 3-2-1 method where you say 3-2-1 in your head and then you do something that you're dreading, getting out of bed. Often I think 3-2-1 and then I just jump out of bed and start my day. You can also use a staircase method, which is where you think of a list of the things that you need to do and don't want to do. Start from easiest to hardest, and you build your way up. You make your bed, then maybe you'll be journaling for me, and then reading, and then going to the gym. And as you work your way up, it seems not as hard. Number 4 is you don't have a purpose in life. And this one's pretty tricky. If you don't have a purpose in life, you don't have a reason to get out of bed. You may have heard people say that. If you have something very important, something bigger than yourself that you're working towards, it's easy to do all the small stuff like going to the gym and eating healthy. Maybe you're doing it for your future family, or even to provide for your girlfriend. Maybe there's something you want to change about the world. Maybe you just want to grind YouTube and get a lot of subscribers. All of those are somewhat true for myself, so those are what I use to motivate myself. Number 5 is you lack mindfulness. Just like everything else, meditation will help. Meditation makes you more mindful and present, means you're actually thinking right now about right now instead of just mind wandering, like most people are most of the time, including myself, of course. You'll think your decisions through more. You'll be able to weigh out the pros and cons. If you've ever made a bad decision and you look back on that and you feel like you didn't even think, you just did the wrong decision automatically, that's because you weren't mindful or present in that moment. And meditation is the exact process that helps that. Number 6 is you're addicted to instant dopamine. This is the kind of instant gratification versus delayed gratification kind of thing that I like to talk about. If you're always scrolling through social media, eating junk food, doing drugs, watching porn and that kind of stuff to get dopamine easily and quickly without really doing any work for it, your brain's going to kind of rewire to crave that instant gratification. And it's going to be really hard to work on delayed gratification in the beginning. But your brain does rewire. You can change your brain very easily with intention and time and, of course, discipline. And number 7 is you don't have any momentum. This one takes some time. I always notice that when I kind of go in monk mode, start a new habit tracker, it's really hard at the start to do all the good habits when you're used to kind of being lazy and stuff. But as you start to gain momentum, the delayed gratification starts to pay off. You start reaping the benefits of all the good habits you did the day before. And then it's like a snowball falling down a hill. It just picks up speed faster and faster. And as long as you can keep going, you're going to keep going faster and faster and grow exponentially. That's all I've got for you today on this topic. I hope you learned something. I hope you try to implement these tips at least, especially the brain part. That was really interesting to me. And as long as you're doing something that you don't want to do, and you'll know what that is when it comes up. Today for me, I was in the cold shower. 30 seconds is pretty easy for me now. I do that every single day, and I have been for about a month. But it gets difficult after that point. I think to myself that I've already done the habit and I don't need to stay in any longer. But that's where you get the benefit, when you stay in longer and you suffer through it. And in the end, you get a sort of high. I think that's dopamine and endorphins maybe. But you feel really good about yourself after you do disciplined actions. So I really recommend it. Try it out and let me know if you make any improvements to your life with this video. Thanks for watching.